Welcome everyone, I'm Jeffrey Goodman, Director of Marketing and Development for the YMCA of Northwest Louisiana, and we're here at 318 Latino Studios for Shreveport-Bossier, my city, my community, my home. And I can't wait for today's discussion. Our very special guest is Patrick Wesley. Patrick, thanks for being here.
Jeff, how you doing, man?
I'm great. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. You're a very busy, very productive individual, so I'm honored to have you here, and I'm hopefully going to get all into your world today.
All right, that sounds great.
If I get anything wrong today, please correct me, but I believe in 2019, you were named the Director of Parks and Recreation for the Parish of Caddo, and wonderful things have been happening ever since.
Yes, hit the ground running a little over 5 years ago, and when I first came on board, COVID dropped on us, and it was like a gut punch in the stomach, and we had to sit out for a year and a half, no programming.
But you wouldn't know it because we're going to talk about. So you once said the following. You once said, we want to always create and improve quality of life space where people want to be. For us, that's a year-round process, and that's our goal.
Yes.
So let's start here today. Just tell people, just level set a little bit, what is your charge or responsibility as a Director of Parks and Recreation for Caddo Parish?
Well, again, our administrator, Ms. Erica Bryant, CEO administrator, brought me in to kind of take Parks and Recreation to new heights. And
you have.
And yes, and it's been fun. It's been a fun ride. The Parish of Caddo is a great place to work. They have the resources. They give you the professional freedom to go out and facilitate programs and services and capital outlay improvements for the Parks and Recreation system. So it's been fun. It's been real fun. We've hit the road running. 5 years ago, I developed a plan that I wanted to make the Parish of Caddo one of the best park agencies, park departments in the world, in the United States. And we've done that. As of October 2024, we received our national accreditation as one of the top parks and recreation agencies in the country.
So just simply for people, how many parks are in your system? How many parks are you in charge of? And I'm not going to ask you to name them all because I know it's double digits, but
yes.
How many parks and just what is the Director of Caddo Parish Parks and Recs just general role?
Yes, I oversee the day-to-day operations and functions of the park system. We have 14 parks throughout the Caddo Parish. And a lot of people don't know there are two park systems in Caddo Parish. The city of Shreveport has a park system, which a lot of people know of, SPAR, Shreveport Public Assembly and Recreation, and the parish has the Caddo Parish Park System. And again, we have 14 parks, over 1,000 acres of green space, and over 85 miles of trails and boat launches. And some of our signature parks are the Earl G. Williams Park, which is in All City, off of Caddo Lake. And we have the great Walter B. Jacob Nature Park, where we're building a new nature center. And those are some of our, and then we have PBS Pinchback Park that's off of Jefferson Page Road. So we have some signature parks in our park system, and we're just trying to get them improved so we can drive more people to our parks.
And very few people, if any, have a better understanding of the two park systems because you were at SPAR,
yes.
And before you were in charge of Caddo Parish Parks and Rec, so you know both sides of the world.
Yes, I had the privilege to work in SPAR for 18 years, a little over 18 years, and 5.5 years with the Caddo Parish Park System. So I've had that inner city, suburban area type of programming that I'm used to. And then now I'm in outside of the parish, which is a lot of nature, conservation. We still do recreation, athletics, health and wellness activities. But yeah, I got a little bit of both worlds working with SPAR as well as the Parish of Caddo.
You got a lot of both worlds.
It was fun. It's been fun.
So you mentioned this in October of 2024. You achieved something quite noteworthy. Out of the 10,000 park agencies in the country, Caddo Parish Parks became one of only 214 to be nationally accredited. And you made the following statement at the time. You said, as a new nationally accredited parks department, this is now the standard for our Caddo Parish park system. Our resilient Caddo Parish youth and respective families deserve to have quality parks and athletic facilities in their community. So tell me some about that accreditation process, and also talk to me a little bit about that quote I just mentioned.
Well, again, in October, we were named, in October 2024, we were named one of the top park agencies in the country. And it started 5 years ago when I arrived, again, after COVID. We made a hard decision that we wanted to be one of the top parks and recreation department agencies in the country. And we applied for the national accreditation process, almost a 2.5, 3 year process.
Wow.
We had to respond to 156 national standards of accountability, being fiscal, administration, park management, policy and procedure manuals, ADA manuals, a lot of things that we had to do to get to this point. So we call it the beast. That's what the Parks and Recreation, we call it, that accreditation process, the beast. And it is the beast. And it's a 2.5, 3 year process. And in October of last year, we were crowned as one of the top agencies in the country. And
it's major.
Yeah. Again, like I said earlier, Caddo Parish deserves to have a national accredited agency. You want to go to a accredited doctor, you want to go to accredited college or high school, so when you go into those type of credit, you mean that you're on the top of the standards of that area. And so to know that our citizens are getting quality programs and services, and that their staff are delivering quality of life services and programs, it's just a plus for Caddo Parish, and it shows, I think, that the parish is serious about quality of life and health and wellness here in the Parish of Caddo. So shout out to Caddo Parish, and shout out to the Parish of Caddo. You can't do this without support from your parish commissioners and your parish administrator. And they just opened the resources up for us to do this. And now our Parks and Recreation Department staff can really say that they're one of the top park agencies in the country. So it's a win-win for everybody.
And I agree with everything Patrick just said, but I'm going to go ahead and say this early in this conversation. I've worked a decent amount with Patrick. He's a very humble individual, but you're going to shout out to everyone else. I'm going to shout out to you. This doesn't happen without your vision. This is also a testament to your ability, to what you bring to the parish, and we're really, really fortunate to have you. And I know that from direct experience and firsthand. So if you're not going to say it yourself, so I'm going to say it for you, and I'm probably going to say it at other times as we move forward.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And again, it's been a lot of hard work, and you can't do this alone. It's a department staff. And again, with my vision and my direction, I'm kind of like the band director. I kind of just move along with my team and my band. And if somebody hits a wrong note, I kind of come in and kind of straighten that note out. But the vision is that we want to be a quality of life, a resilient community within Caddo Parish. And I think getting that national accreditation sets the foundation for that.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yes.
All right. So the great Walter B. Jacobs Memorial Nature Park. The Great Walter B. Jacobs Memorial Nature Park is in the process of a significant renovation. So tell me about this project. What all is happening at Walter B. Jacobs?
That was one of my first assignments that I had was, hey, let's find a way to get this project to the public. And let's find a way to see how we can improve the Walter B. Jacobs Nature experience. The Walter B. Jacobs Nature Center is the backbone of our Caddo Parish Parks and Recreation system. It is the anchor facility.
It's the largest one?
It's the largest one. We have been we have been providing services since the 70s at the Walter B. Jacob Center. But I was teasing my staff. It seemed like they were working out the trunk of their car. We didn't have adequate space, adequate educational classrooms to do sessions, but we had a great staff, a national renowned regional staff that everybody knew around the country, but we just didn't have the space. So there was some ADA concerns, accessibility concerns, and when we had our larger events, we just had cars all over Blanchardford Road. So came to the administration, developed building a new facility, and we put that in front of the citizens in 2022, and they voted to fund a $20 million state-of-the-art nature center for the citizens of Caddo. And we narrowly won that margin by, I think, 30, 40 votes. But, hey, it was approved. And now we're in the construction phase, in the latter half of that phase, over 24,000 square feet of art exhibits, nature exhibits, classroom space. We really want to connect the outside of nature with the inside of nature and let people grab nature at their own pace, inside or outside. I mean, all the school systems, Caddo, Bossier, East Texas, Southern Arkansas is going to be participating. You'll have school buses in and out of there all day. We're going to be opening hopefully October 2025. We're excited about it.
I'll be there.
Yes. Rusty Scarborough is our nature center man. He is the guy, and his staff, and they are excited. And we were really ready to serve our citizens of Caddo. And again, just an anchor facility for quality of life services for our citizens of Caddo.
And it's going to be a game changer and,
Yes.
and transformative and really a jewel in Caddo Parish Park's crown and just Caddo Parish, period.
Yes, and we really truly become an extension of the school system. That's when you talk about nature education, that's an automatic extension of the school system. So it's going to be a plus for Caddo Parish. It's going to be nice.
I can't wait.
Nice. Very nice.
All right, Patrick. Well, we know this, but other people don't know this. So we're partners, the YMCA and Caddo Parish, on the youth baseball and softball complex that we're building, and you've been an extraordinary advocate for the project. So tell me today about the baseball and softball programs Caddo's currently overseeing,
Right.
and the importance and role of sports, in your opinion, for many of our Caddo youth.
Right. When I grew up, Jeffrey, it was, we opened up the gym, rolled the basketballs out, put the pool sticks out, and that was it. That was all Parks and Recreation was about. Now, Parks and Recreation is about crime prevention, health, wellness, education, STEM. We hit all those areas, but we need facilities to do those type of activities also. And youth sports is very vital for crime prevention. And as you know, we got some work to do when it comes to crime prevention. So what I'm doing, and I have a history of athletics. I'm a former college basketball player, Northwestern State, go Demons. So sports is very important to me. So what we're doing is partnering with agencies such as YMCA, SPAR, Boys and Girls Club, and just trying to create activities, quality activities, and to facilitate those in quality of life facilities. So we're partnering with you all. We secured the naming rights of the YMCA baseball softball complex, $2 million. So that's a big investment. Yes, big investment, $2 million. We with naming rights, it'll be called the Caddo Parish Premier Baseball Softball Complex. And then we'll be partnering with you all and bringing some of our Caddo Parish youth leagues and teams over to play in the complex, along with some of your other leagues that are going to be going on. So we're excited about that.
Tell people how many kids maybe you have playing right now in Caddo Parish, and what ages approximately? And also, just because you talked a lot about it to us during this process, just some of the gaps or some of the challenges you were trying to overcome, and that you thought we could potentially help with.
Right. Well, as you know, baseball is a skilled sport. It's a skilled sport, and it takes time. It takes resources to play. You know, a youth backing costs you $300 to $600.
It's crazy
alone. You know, and there are a lot of kids in Caddo Parish, being in the city, suburban, and or rural, that just can't afford it. So we are partnered with Major League Baseball, called the RBI program. It's revitalizing baseball through the inner cities and the rural areas. And MLB has worked with us, and they're helping us to fund a $400,000 synthetic field baseball field at PBS Pinchback Park off of 7903 Jefferson Page Road. And that will be our bona fide developmental training field, you know, for our T-ball, for our coach pitch, for some of our live on, for ages 4 through 14. And so we'll do most of our skills and drill clinics, a lot of our practices there, and then all of our league play will transition over to the YMCA Caddo Parish Premier. So we got a plan on how we want to develop baseball in Caddo Parish. We just have to stay the course and make sure our partnerships stay the course. Sometimes we have great ideas and great partnerships, and they kind of phase depending on if a person leaves. So we want, as stakeholders, we want to continue that partnership with the YMCA and just make it a win-win for Caddo Parish. So, and that template is becoming a model for Major League Baseball youth development sport. They call me all the time to come talk about the development, the partnerships that we have, and how we are growing grassroots sports like baseball, and we're becoming the model. The Caddo Parish Parks Department and our athletic team are becoming the model on how to grow grassroots athletics. So we're happy about it, excited about it.
Yeah, we're super excited, and I will say, without your help, we would not have secured Caddo Parish's support, and Caddo Parish would not have stepped up to name the facility. So we're really excited about the road ahead. I think it's going to be a critical project in addition to this community for so many reasons. And
well, one thing, Jeff, and I was thinking about it as you was talking, is that first of all, our Caddo Parish citizens deserve the best. You know, I am so sick and tired of coming to my offices on every Monday morning. I have 15 to 30 calls. I'm in Little Rock, Mr. Wesley. Why we don't have this facility? I'm in Longview, Mr. Wesley. Why we don't have this soccer? Why we don't have this soccer or this sports complex facility? I'm in West Monroe. I'm in Sterlington. I'm in New Orleans. I'm in Youngsville. I'm in Lafayette. I'm in the Metroplex of Dallas. I'm in Plano. I'm in Frisco. I'm in Grand Prairie. I'm so sick and tired of that. And we can do better. Caddo Parish citizens deserve better. And I know we get caught with taxes and millages and all, but it's quality of life. It's an investment. It's not a burden on us. It shouldn't be a burden on us. It should be an investment for the future of our kids. So I get excited when it becomes, because I'm so tired of people telling us we're 20 years behind time with quality of life. And we don't have to be that way. We have great, resilient people here in Shreveport and Caddo Parish. And I'm just here to be the catalyst of that development, to try to get some things started.
And you are.
Thank you.
And you know, along with quality of life, I mean, we hear people complaining all the time about our kids aren't staying here, or
Yes.
we're exporting all of our talent. Well, having quality of life things like the things you're developing, like this baseball, softball complex that's coming, those are the kind of things that help keep our young families here, that help keep our kids here, or potentially attract our kids to want to come back here.
Right. And then we're trying to keep it simple. We did a master plan back in 21 It's called 2035 Caddo Parks Comprehensive Master Plan. It was a combination of Caddo Parks and the city, SPAR, are doing. And it was basically, the fundamental purpose was just, what do you want to see your park systems in the next 10 to 15 years? We got a lot of great input from our citizens. We did a
lot of listening sessions.
A lot of listening sessions, a lot of group meetings, online survey information. So now we got the information. You told us what we wanted, So now we are ready to move forward. We may not can do everything at one shot, but we possibly can do something in phases. But, you're telling us you want some signature parks. You want a sports complex. You want a multi-sport complex. You want athletic fields that have synthetic turf on it, where you're not canceling games for 2 or 3 days. Where it rains, you can come right back. So if Bossier can do it, if West Monroe can do it, if Sterling can do it, if Lafayette Natchitoches can do it, why can't Caddo Parish do it? It can be done. It's doable.
Absolutely. Yes. And with people like you, it's happening.
Yes.
So you also said, I'm pulling one last quote from you. You also said, over the past 3 years, pickleball has emerged as the fastest growing sport in the country. There's a strong demand from our Caddo Parish citizens, young and old, to develop more dedicated pickleball courts, and we're listening. So share some of the other quality of life enhancement projects you're a part of.
Yeah, again, pickleball is, it's the big elephant in the room now. Everywhere you go, it's pickleball. When I go to our national Parks and Recreation conferences across the country, every breakout session is, you have to go an hour ahead to get in. It's the talk. How do we build more pickleballs? It's really
is that part of the phone calls you're receiving on Monday morning?
Yes,
why don't we have this?
90% of the calls are basically pickleball. And so again, I said we established our master plan, and again, every meeting that we attended, that dominated the conversation, and we're having some preliminary conversations with our parish commission and our administration in reference to a large public pickleball park with 19 to 21 courts. We're looking at that type of anchor facility that we want to build here in Caddo Parish. And
that's something that exists, in lots of communities across the country of similar size to us, correct?
Yes. It's literally an arms race now to build pickleball facilities. If you're not building it, somebody else is in the process of building it. They're not telling you, but they're in the process of building it. So we want to, again, not be 20 years behind. We want to be a part of the trend right now. So we're in the process of getting with architects and laying out some conceptual designs and plans on a new state-of-the-art pickleball park. What the Parks and Recreation is doing, we have budgeted some money this year that we're going to be resurfacing about 10 courts parish-wide. We're going to resurface 6 dedicated pickleball courts at Earl G. Williams Park in All City, right off of Caddo Lake there.
You're transitioning some tennis
Yes, we're
courts,
transitioning
right?
Tennis courts, some old tennis courts, to all dedicated pickleball courts. And we're going to do that at Earl G. Williams, 6 courts there. We got 2 courts at Keithville Community Park, just right there at the Keithville Elementary Middle School there. We have a joint partnership with them. So we'll be doing 2, it'll be dual lines there for tennis as well as pickleball there. The town of Greenwood will have 1 dedicated pickleball park, and the town of Blanchard will have 1. So we're doing our part. We're trying to stay ahead because the citizens are demanding this. And so we're trying to address that need temporarily until we can get that big, huge pickleball project. And been talking to USA Pickleball, been again talking with the Y, how we can partner to do that.
You've had consultants.
Has consultants to come in to talk about how we can do it. Talk to the administration on how we can get it funded. So everything's looking good. So we're 30, 60 days out of trying to introduce this to the public and to the administration, and hopefully we can get something going get some traction going and get this project going. I think it's well deserved. Again, pickleball is over the last 3 to 5 years has been the fastest growing sport it's becoming an Olympic sport. It's internationally now. And again, if you're not building a pickleball park, somebody else is building it. So within the next 2 to 3 years, hopefully we'll have one here in Caddo Parish.
Well, if anyone can do it, it's you. So I'm so happy. This is one of the many projects that you've put on your back, and that you're really trying to educate and advocate for.
But really, it's the citizens. It's our citizens of Caddo Parish that are driving this. I've talked to so many pickleball players here in Caddo Parish. Had an opportunity to meet with the Shreveport-Bossier ambassadors, USA pickleball ambassadors. I visited over 25 to 30 pickleball facilities in this region, in the southern region.
Wow.
Springdale, Arkansas is building a $56 million facility, and this is just the direction where municipalities are going now, because the return of investment is there, and it's a quality of life event. Where else can you go where the grandparents, the parents, and the grandkids can play? Pickleball does that for you. It brings people together, brings communities together, it brings genders together, nationalities together. So this is what Caddo Parish needs, and this is what we're trying to shoot for. And
I mean, I'm helping to sell our baseball, softball complex. I want to go back to something you just said. I mean, what's so interesting about some of these projects and some of these complexes that they're kind of double bottom line investments. I think that's the correct term. Where there's a quality of life aspect, but there's also an economic driver or economic impact to it. And so, it's really a win-win when you look at it that way. Yes, sports tourism is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Right. And again, this is what sports tourism experts say. If you're not getting it, somebody else is getting it. So we gotta make sports tourism as an economic driver for the Parish of Caddo. I-20 goes straight, 49. The location is perfect. And I'm not talking about bringing 500 national events in, but we can handle the regional, the local and the regional, and some of the mid-national tournaments that we could host easily here in Shreveport-Bossier. We have the hotels, we got the casinos, we got the restaurants, we got great food, we got great people. We're known for hospitality. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win, but we have to put it all together. And every parent who's listening to this who has kids who play sports, every grandparent who's listening to this who has kids who play sports, you know exactly what Patrick's talking about, because you're traveling every weekend or every other weekend to watch your kids or grandkids play these sports, because we haven't built what's necessary for them to play them here. And again, I'm going to hit it back. Our citizens deserve better. Our citizens deserve it. Our families deserve it. Our grandkids deserve it better. They deserve to play on quality anchor facilities here in Caddo Parish. So, but I just want to be the catalyst for that development. And you are. You get a couple scars, a couple wounds every once in a while trying to do that. But that's just my passion for people. There's nothing that bring people together, recreation and athletics. Sporting events. We forget about Democrats and Republicans and who the president is and who the governor is. We forget all that stuff when we get in that stadium and cheering for our baby and our grandkids. So we want to do more. We can do more, and I think that the leadership that we have with the Caddo Parish, our parish commissioners, our chairwoman and vice president, and our parish administrators, I think they understand what it's going to take to get to that next level. Well, we're so lucky to have y'all's team and you. I'm really grateful for you. Well, Patrick, those are my set questions. Like I told you before we started, I'm going to just kind of hit a few of the high points. Are there other things in your world that you want to share or talk about, by all means, we have all the time if so.
Yeah, again, we work so you can play. That's our tagline with our Parks and Recreation Department. And we're transitioning to our summer season. Kids will get out of school here next week or so, and we'll have them. We call it our out of school time programs. That's what we do. So we want your kids, your grandkids to get registered in some of our great sport clinics and educational classes, and soccer, basketball, t-ball, baseball. We got it all. Caddo Parish offices all, and
that's throughout the 14 different parks.
Throughout the parks and recreation. We're partnering again with some of our great partners, recreational partners around the parish. But we have a campaign. It's called our Safe Summer Campaign, and we're partnering with the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Department, the DA's office, Juvenile Services Department, and Project Celebration, and we're just putting all our resources and our program schedules together, and just say, hey, come out, get involved. I think our tagline is pull up and get involved. Man, the kids use that word all the time. Pull up, So our tagline is going to be this summer is pull up and get involved. You can go to our website, caddoparks.org, or caddosafesummer.org. So we got a diverse slate of activities and programs this summer. And again, we're just trying to do our part of getting kids off the streets, putting them in some constructive programs this summer. And hopefully over the next 3 or 4 months, we can see some benefits out of it. Hopefully nobody gets hurt and injured over the summer. And but that's what we do. We work so people can play and have a quality of life. So that's what we're all about.
Well, you're doing more than your part, Patrick. If you haven't met Patrick and you're watching or listening, you need to meet him. He's doing extraordinary work in our community. I appreciate all that you do. You certainly do far more than your fair share. And I just appreciate your vision. I appreciate that you want better for us. I appreciate that you're living in 2025, but seeing us in 2035 or 2040. And I have great confidence in you, and I just really appreciate all that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you again, Jeffrey. And again, YMCA, y'all do a great job partnering. Anytime I pick up the phone, text, or call, you all are right there. And what we're trying to do, I think our fundamental purpose, we're trying to create a new generation of park user. That's it. Some of the things that we used to do 20 years ago, just not happening with the kids at this age. So we're just trying to communicate with them and find out what they would like to see offered in our parks and recreation. They connected with the phones and the social media platforms. So we're trying to get there with them and connect with them, and to create that new generation of park user. So that's our challenge, and but we're up to it. And again, thank you for having me.
Of course. Great to see you.
All right.